Regan, all in.
Other night they had a ball there until midnight. Our house was going like that to the drum. Now,
activities in terms of interrupting the neighbourhood inside the building.
will not reduce the amount and distribution.
Rumours were rife in the retailing industry that John's Fabric Store in Charlestown was on the market. Late today, store co-owner Justin Davies confirmed that a deal was made with the Best and Less retailing chain yesterday. Mr Davies wouldn't reveal the financial terms, but he said the site was ideally suited to an operation like Best and Less. The store has operated in Charlestown for 11 years, but it's understood the owners felt that the new-look Charlestown Square wasn't appropriate for their line of merchandise. The store employs 9 full-time staff and several casuals. Some are expected to continue employment with the new owners, but Mr Davies says he believes the high level of training among staff will ensure they all find new positions. The Davies brothers still own a John's store at Hamilton, which will not be affected by the sale. John's has traded continuously under the same name since 1923.
Gorilla Grip, a company that produces deck pads for surfboards, recently held a competition in Japan for an all-expenses-paid trip to Surfest. Newcastle was chosen due to the status of the competition and the area's ability to impress overseas visitors. 21-year-old Tato Akudo won the trip and today arrived in Newcastle for his 4-day stay, complete with new surfboard and wetsuit. Tato is one of only 1.5 million surfers in Japan, a country that has to turn to wave pools that operate day and night. Large travelling distances to the beach, extreme cold and huge crowds when it is warm force board riders to rely on the pools that cost up to $3 a wave. Tato, speaking through an interpreter, says the pools aren't as good as the real thing.
Yeah, waves different, no power and both sides is wall, so, you know.
The 7-metre ex-maritime services craft will be on call 24 hours a day, servicing the Port Stephens area. As the Coast Guard's 30 members and friends watched, the aluminium boat's 2 70-horsepower engines were slowly edged into the water and kicked over for the first time. All of the $20,000 needed to buy and equip the boat was raised through donations and fundraising activities. This launch doubles the group's capabilities. Their first boat is named the Hornet, and maintaining that Air Force theme, this latest acquisition is called the Sabre.
Jeremy Doncaster and Andy Galvin. Doncaster the inside with a fairing on his helmet. Away they go. Doncaster got a flying start. Phil Crump goes out after him, and look at Stephen Davies go to the outside. Doncaster in his first guess at Newcastle this year, going like the wind out in front. Phil Crump coming after him. Davies is third, and in the fourth spot at the moment is Andy Galvin. He's off the track, the English captain, and the 2 Australians are through to the lead. Phil Crump leads. Oh, Stephen Davies nearly come off the bike. Yes, he's gone now. He lost all control of the bike, and end over end it goes. This will be a great race. Crump the inside. Craig Boyce is ready. Boyce missed the kick. Crump got away to a beautiful start. Looks over the left shoulder and finds Steve Schofield. Schofield swoops across to the lead. Crump had no answer there, and the Englishman shot clear. Coming out after him though now is Crump, who held, trouble here. Yeah, there had to be trouble, and Craig Boyce is down this time. They're set now, ready, away they go. Oh, it was a quick start too, but they all got away in line. And look at Australia, a 1-2 into the first turn. Oh, but Watson's nearly off the bike. Going to the outside is Troy Bottler. Watson in the centre, and on the inside there was the Englishman, but he couldn't cross through Morton. And Schofield's last. It's 1-2 Australia. Watson's in trouble, but Butler leads. Butler leads 1 lap down. Oh, topsy-turvy. Watson's out the last now. Look at Schofield goes through the centre. Schofield goes after Butler. Butler still leads. Oh, some muffler's fallen off one of the bikes and gone off the track. It's still Butler in front. Oh, Ray Morton's into the fence on the outside. Todd Wilshire and Mick Poole must finish 1-2 to force the draw. All set, away they go. They started okay. Wilshire got a great start. The tape hasn't come up properly, and Australia is 1-2 all of a sudden. So the draw's on here. It's Wilshire leading. Mick Poole is second. Hang on, fellas. Schofield is going backwards, and Mark Lorem is third. Mick Poole and Todd Wilshire lead Australia into the straight. Go, boys, go. Come on, Aussie. Todd Wilshire leading. Poole second. Schofield coming after him. They're half race distance. Australia are 1-2 trying to force the draw. Wilshire leads, looking for a maximum of 6 wins. Mick Poole second. Here comes Scoey. Steve Schofield, the wily Englishman, out after him, and well back is Mark Lorem. Into the back straight they go. Todd Wilshire leads. Mick Poole, hang on. Here comes Schofield at him. He can't get him at the moment. Wilshire's going to lead and win. Mick Poole second. Schofield coming at him. Wilshire wins. Mick Poole second. It's a draw. Wow, great ride from Australia.
The two vehicles had been travelling along the Madawi Road about 3:30 when they crashed head-on. The man driving the sedan was killed instantly. The woman driver of the Hilux van was strapped from her waist down for half an hour before she could be cut free. She suffered multiple leg fractures and head and chest injuries. The Westpac helicopter flew to the Royal Newcastle Hospital, where her condition is now said to be stable.
Luke Egan performed best for the Novocastrians with a quarter-final berth before being eliminated by Damien Hardman. Luke performed 2 miraculous escape acts in the rounds leading up to the quarters, winning in the dying minutes. However, his performance was clearly the best, and yesterday earned him the Snowy McAllister Trophy. Merryweather's Dave MacArthur captured everybody's attention and made his mark in the Coke trials, progressing through to the quarter-finals. MacArthur received everyone's backing when he rode dangerously close to the rocks at times, only to come up with a grin and good points. Judges yesterday awarded him the Best and Less Encouragement Trophy for his efforts. Newcastle's Lee Holmes made round 3 but dropped out from the main event on Saturday after some poor waves. Stockton's Simon Law threw everything he had into his round 3 heat but was eliminated by fellow Novocastrian Luke Egan. Nicky Wood revelled in the opportunity to impress a home crowd and showed that he has come of age in the world circuit. But Damien Hardman put an end to his chances to grab victory. Central Coast surfers Ross Clark-Jones, Bryce Ellis and Glenn Winton performed well, often leaving the crowds on the beach dumbfounded with some moves, but all were eliminated in round 2 of the main event. In all, local surfers claimed some pretty impressive competitors through the main event and proved Newcastle is one of the most talent-producing areas in the world.
Last night, the 120 youngsters who will take part in the 12-month program were introduced at the District Park Tennis Club. 20 teenagers have been selected in each of the 6 sports: surfing, tennis, basketball, athletics, cricket and hockey. The scheme will be run along the same lines as the Institute of Sport, involving monthly camps, physical testing, training and coaching by the area's best senior sportsmen and women. A spokesman for the Academy says the development scheme is designed to give the best coaching without having to move out of the area and helping young sports people progress to higher levels of competition.
The $50 million entertainment centre would seat up to 10,000 people and be suitable for both sporting and entertainment events never before hosted in the Hunter. Though in the planning stages for 2 years, plans have only just been released because, says Newcastle project architect Peter Marazecki, fears arose that this project may be pipped at the post by the smaller $5 million proposal.
Because we believed that the way things were developing in the last few days, the public as well as people in authority haven't been made aware of the fact that a very major, very significant and national class entertainment facility was an option for the people of Newcastle.
Both proposals hinge on decisions on their proposed sites. The showground proposal is awaiting a decision on whether the land can be used for an entertainment and sports facility. It has approval for only an exhibition centre. Mr Marazecki says his development application is ready to be lodged, but is waiting for approval by the Department of Natural Resources.
We believe that because such a long time has transpired since the submission was made, that some quite inexplicable reasons have occurred which have delayed the reply coming.
Newcastle Alderman John Tate believes the council and public should have been informed before now that there was an alternative to the $5 million development.
And I question the motives of why this proposal at the sports centre is being kept quiet.
But Lord Mayor John McNaughton says without a formal development application, no concrete information could have been released.
The only thing I knew about the other development was that some months ago, several people, different people, spoke to me about the possibility of putting a major facility at the International Sports Centre. As I say, I read about it in this morning's paper.
The National Group Concrete Constructions would invest $20 million. A further $20 million would come from local private enterprise and $10 million from the state government. Once approved, it could be up and running in around 2 years' time. Alderman McNaughton believes both ventures could operate together successfully.
On Thursday the 23rd, Tamara Metcalf took her infant daughter Sarah and her mother Lydia Bell to a local shopping centre. There they stopped for a short break at a coffee shop. They were joined by 2 other women and a young girl. During a conversation with the strangers, Tamara took a bag from where it was hidden under a blanket and removed her purse. Later, she returned the bag and left the cafe to continue shopping. As they looked along the aisles, they met the other women again, but this time they weren't friendly and walked quickly by without a word. At the checkout, Tamara realised her bag was gone.
Okay, I'll go to the coffee shop and you pay and I'll come back and meet you here.
The bag turned up later in the supermarket stationery section. The purse, minus $80, was found at Charlestown. Tamara said that at the time she had no reason to suspect the woman.
And she seemed really nice. Often in a situation, if you wanted to go to the toilet and you wanted someone to look after the child in the pram while you ducked in, I would have asked her. She came across as trustworthy and the girl was cute and attractive and I'm really surprised.
Police believe Tamara may have had a conversation with a woman who's been shoplifting here for years. Until now, they've had no clues to her identity, but during that conversation at the coffee shop, she may have given away some vital clues. The woman said the little girl was called Emma, and she said that her birthday was the 24th of November, just 1 week ago. Police say there are uncanny similarities between this theft and a spate of more than 50 purse snatchings which have plagued the Garden City complex earlier this year. During that period, more than 30 stolen purses and wallets were found tucked into the card rack of a nearby news agency. The location of Tamara's bag suggests the snatcher is leaving a trademark, and the older woman matches earlier police descriptions. She's in her late 50s with grey hair and a brown rinse. She's about 165 centimetres tall and of thin build. The other woman was in her 30s with short black hair, 175 centimetres tall and of medium build. The little girl called Emma has just turned 3. If you believe you can help police, call the Crime Stoppers number now. The number is 008 422 199. A reward of up to $1,000 is offered for information leading to an arrest. Police are also offering a reward for anyone who can identify this man. He was photographed by a security camera in May after allegedly forging a $500 cheque at a St George Building Society branch in Mayfield. It's believed he could also be linked to a major break-in. If you can help police, call now on 008 422 199.
A sensational start to the day's players. Craig McDermott stormed in from the northern end and skittled Steve Small's stumps. But umpire Ian Thomas had called no ball and Small breathed a sigh of relief. From then on it was all New South Wales as Small smashed Rackerman through covers for 4. He followed up off the back foot to the same area and quickly raced to 20. Taylor got into the act and showed everyone that he could drive through the covers also. The Blues posted 61 runs in the first hour, and then with a score at 81, Small played back to Rackerman and he was trapped LBW for 48. Whatever the Maroons had during the lunch break worked wonders as Rackerman grabbed his second wicket. Trevor Baylors caught it second slip by Border for 6 with no addition to the lunchtime score. Steve Waugh got a warm welcome playing the first ball off his helmet. With 2 against his name, Waugh was on the way back to the pavilion after McDermott had trapped him LBW. Taylor must have thought it was time to attack and brilliantly cut McDermott to the eastern boundary. Very next ball, Taylor was out to a simple catch made difficult. Taylor got an edge from McDermott. The Australian keeper Ian Healy was in a great position, but the ball popped out. Greg Ritchie tried to gather, and it was finally cleaned up by Healy, and New South Wales had slumped to be 4 for 118. Then Mark Waugh and Mark O'Neill steadied the sinking ship, although Waugh had a life on 10 when he was put down by Cantrell off McDermott. But Waugh made amends with a sensational cut for 4. O'Neill wasn't going to be outdone and with ease rattled the pickets with a smart shot past Gully. Waugh went down the pitch to Steve Story and hammered him through covers for the shot of the day. The partnership between Waugh and O'Neill realised 69 before McDermott struck again, and this time Healy held a great catch and Waugh was out for 46. Without addition to the score of 191, O'Neill departed when he mistimed a hook shot and Trimble took the easiest of catches from the bowling of Rackerman.
Bemused shoppers at Charlestown Square crowded around Con to get the right tips on this season's fruit and veggies. Unfortunately, Con had to leave his wife Marika in Melbourne in the fruit shop, but one special visitor must have made him feel at home. The king of fruit and veggies took a royal tour of the shopping centre, signing autographs and spreading his brand of Christmas cheer.
That doesn't matter. I tell you what, it's something to be here. Hey, gee, we got the television. Hello, mate, how are you? Hello, mate, how are you? All I want to do is say this. I want you all in Newcastle to have a beautiful Christmas and a very safe and happy 1990. I'll see you then.
The fear of injury or disease from used syringes has been of major concern to this community. There's no doubt that syringes are turning up in increasing numbers in parks and beaches. Today, details of a safe disposal campaign were revealed to Newcastle media, with Newcastle Council to join 3 other local government authorities in trialling needle disposal bins.
They'll be placed in locations where there have been problems with discarded needles, and it'll be a system, it'll be a box virtually that allow people to put used needle syringes in there, and it'll be for use by both the public and for IV drug users who want to dispose of their needle syringes properly but don't have the facilities to do so.
The push to promote the safe disposal of syringes and needles will also include portable disposal packs. Intravenous drug users will be encouraged to carry syringes in these containers, which include a sealed disposal compartment. Organisers hope easy and safe disposal will make drug users less inclined to discard syringes into the stormwater and sewerage systems. But it's not only intravenous drug users that will be targeted, with public education high on the agenda. An information campaign will tell the general public what to do if they find a used syringe. Organisers hope accurate and practical advice will dispel many widely held fears.
The virus, HIV, is not the problem with discarded needles and syringes. There can be a hepatitis B or a tetanus problem, but there has been a lot of misinformation and hysteria built up about AIDS because it is that sort of topic, and we're just trying to get through the facts that that isn't warranted at all.
The tamper-proof disposal bins, which will be placed in the city early February, will be in discreet locations so as to encourage greater use. Leslie Robinson, NBN News. This is the second year of the Hunter Valley Research Foundation's annual Geography project, a competition open to all Year 11 students in the Hunter region. Schools are invited to submit the work of their best geography students. The main criteria is that the topic be aligned to the Foundation's research interests. First prize this year was shared by 2 students. Bree Harvey of Whitebridge High for her survey of nightlife in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie, and Wendy Timms from Avondale High, who delved into a drainage basin system in a Hunter Valley creek.
I was told that they like social geography, not physical geography, and I'm not all that good on presentation, but it was a big surprise.
The Foundation believes the variety in this year's entries is testimony to the changing face of education and research.
I think it's very reflective of a broadening of the scope of geography to incorporate more the physical as well as the broad social issues within our society. And I think that fact in itself makes our competition very attractive for school students because it's not just limited to any one specific field.